We now bring in a man who has spent years covering Urban Meyer throughout his coaching career, ESPN's Paul Finebaum. And Paul, let's just begin right where Ryan McGee left off, the legacy question. His football accomplishments, we know they're spectacular, but there's more to the legacy question than just football. That said, as of today, what should Meyer's legacy be?
I think it should be he goes down as one of the greatest coaches of all time. Now, it is complicated, Sage, because of what we have just seen, but having covered the sport for a very long time, we tend to look past those things when you have someone at the level as iconic as Urban Meyer. Whether it's right or wrong, I think Urban Meyer will be remembered for being one of the greatest coaches of his generation, maybe one of the greatest coaches of all time, because of the most important factor here. He has won 3 national championships. Now, we can quibble and argue, but what happened with Zach Smith, as important as it is and should be, I don't think it's going to seriously taint the overall approach to what he is and what he will be remembered for.
Well, interesting you said the phrase, it's complicated, because that was Urban Meyer's answer at the press conference today when he was asked if he was done coaching. It's complicated. I think that surprised a lot of people, Paul. What do you think? What was your take on that?
I was shocked by that because based on what I'd heard from people close to him, maybe this was it. But if this was it, then that's all you have to say. I don't think it is over for Urban Meyer, Sage. I think this is a situation that has been building for months. I think this was an arrangement that somehow the school and Urban Meyer came to some time ago. So when the dust settles, I believe Urban Meyer will do exactly what he did after he left the University of Florida. He'll take some time off. He'll recharge. Hopefully, he'll get his health straightened out, and ultimately, he will be back in coaching.
At what level? Would it surprise you if it were at the NFL level now, since he's done everything he can in college, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think his approach is better suited to college football. I think players in the NFL would probably not take him as seriously for many reasons as college players do. I wouldn't completely rule it out. They're very lucrative opportunities, and they come along quite often, as we all know in the NFL. But my bet would be college football if I had to take a gamble on it right now.
We shall see, because once again, health is being named as a big reason why he is stepping down. Urban Meyer, though, again, done for now at Ohio State. Paul Finebaum, thank you.
Thank you, Sage.
Paul, Sage, thanks. Ask Any alum from Archie Griffin to Chick Harley, from James Thurber to Richard Lewis. National titles are nice. Beating Michigan is mandatory. This Urban Meyer did in 2012, 26-21 in Columbus, to put the finishing touches on the 12-0 season. The Buckeyes had finished 6-7 the year before. In 2016, Ohio State came out on top by 3 in double overtime, thanks to a 15-yard touchdown run by Curtis Samuel after the Buckeyes barely converted a 4th and 1. Then 10 days ago, Ohio State hung 62 points on Michigan, the most it has scored in series history against the Wolverines. So is this Meyer's legacy, or is it Zach Smith, or is it all of the above? Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon now with a new PTI tip.